How many missions did you successfully complete before?
Well, I got the chop on the 7th mission, so 7 was not a lucky number for me.
You were the pilot, so you have to be last out. You held it steady for the other guys to get out.
Yeah.
And then you jumped over where?
Holland. I landed in the middle of a herd of Holstein cows in a pasture in Holland. And much to my surprise, the cows were very curious as to what this fell out of the sky, and they all rushed up and were sniffing around and trying to crowd in on each other. I was scared they would step on me because when I hit the ground so hard, I landed sort of on my back with a whiplash effect, and I was paralyzed from the middle down. I thought my back was broken, but I guess it's a thing called spinal concussion. Anyway, the feeling came back in 2 or 3 minutes, but it was a long time, and then I was able to get up, and the cows realized I was just an ordinary human and lost all interest.
Eventually, you ended up with the underground. What was it called? The Comet Line?
Yes. I made contact with, just due to great good fortune, with the Comet Line in Brussels. And the Comet Line was a very successful escape organization that was started by a girl, Dede de Jong was her name, and the nickname her parents gave her was the Little Comet. And that's how the Comet Line got its name. She was a nurse's aide in a hospital in Brussels where there were 2 or 3 British soldiers recuperating. And this happened when Belgium was invaded by the Nazis. And she arranged for them to get hidden in homes in Brussels, and then eventually got them to Spain. And that started the Comet Line.
And you ended up doing that same, roughly the
same thing, yes.
How long did it take you from staring up at those cows to looking at old Blighty again?
Well, it took me 72 days to get to Gibraltar, and then it took, I think, 8 days, if I remember right, to go from Gibraltar to Scotland in a troop ship.
A lot of those people who helped you got captured, turned in, executed?
Yes, quite a number of them did. A lot of them did, as a matter of fact. There were 3 of the people that helped me personally were executed by firing squads by the Nazis later. None of them were caught helping me, for which I was always thankful, but they were arrested later. And one was a young Dutch priest who was my guide from South Bommel to Weert, and another was Eric de Menton de Hoorn, who was one of my guides from Brussels to Paris, and the third one was Paul, Frederick de Jong was his real name. I knew him as Paul. He was Dede's father, and he was betrayed in Paris and executed in the spring of 1944.
Now, Dede herself survived.
She survived, but just barely. She was arrested and was in a concentration camp until the end of the war.
And you stayed in touch for...
Oh, yes.
Is she passed away now?
No, she's still living, but her health is very poor.
Yeah, but you still managed to keep...
Yeah.
That must be an amazing friendship.
Yes. Excuse the emotion, but there's a bond that forms under those conditions that it's lifelong, and someone who has never had this kind of experience, I suppose, can't even imagine.
It comes through in the book beautifully, though. I mean, the affection and respect.
Well, thank you.
The book is Making It Home, the memoirs of J. Angus MacLean. I've been speaking with former fugitive from the Nazis, former Minister of Fisheries, former Premier Angus MacLean, and Making It Home, published by Ragweed.